Before we start, I need a favor. Let me know in the comments what's been done right or wrong. This also helps me create better content for you all, and check out our Creepy Tales playlist. The videos with the most views, likes, and comments will form the channel. And now we begin. The graduating seniors of Pine Ridge High find the first body at dawn, hanging upside down from the old oak tree with honey dripping from every wound. What makes the scene truly horrifying isn't the brutality of Brad's murder, but the teddy bear sitting beneath the corpse. A cheerful yellow bear wearing a red shirt that says Podge in faded letters, its button eyes reflecting the morning light with an intelligence that shouldn't exist in a stuffed toy. It's just a coincidence, senior class president Sarah Martinez tells her terrified classmates as they stare at the innocent-looking bear, and her boyfriend Jake nods nervously as he responds. Someone probably dropped it while running away from whoever did this, but none of them can explain why the teddy bear's fur around its mouth appears to be stained with something dark and sticky that definitely isn't honey. The second graduate disappears during the afternoon hiking trip, Ashley's screams echoing from deep in the forest before cutting off abruptly. When the search party finds her 3 hours later, she's been arranged in a clearing like she's having a tea party. Sitting upright against a tree stump with a small wooden cup in her hands and that same yellow teddy bear positioned across from her as if they'd been sharing an afternoon snack. The bear was here again, Sarah observes, and her best friend Emma asks, "How is that possible when we left it back at camp?" She continues, "We've been hiking for 2 miles. There's no way someone could have gotten here ahead of us with the same toy." Their teacher chaperone, Mr. Wilson, arrives that evening with 2 sheriff's deputies. But their investigation is interrupted when 18-year-old Tommy Chen comes running from the dining hall screaming about the teddy bear that talks. When the adults ask him what he means, Tommy points toward the kitchen and stammers, "It told me it remembered me from when I was little. Then it asked if I wanted to play the same games we used to play." The adults find Podge sitting on the kitchen counter next to an open jar of honey, its fabric paws positioned as if it had been reaching for the sticky golden contents. "This is getting ridiculous," Deputy Morrison says as he examines the toy, and Wilson nods as he responds, "Stuffed animals don't move by themselves or talk to teenagers." But when Morrison picks up the teddy bear, its button eyes seem to track his movement, and its stitched mouth appears to curve into a wider smile. "Did you see that?" he asks Wilson, and the teacher shakes his head as he replies, "See what?" That's when Emma makes the connection that chills everyone to the bone. "Wait," she says slowly, examining the teddy bear more closely, and Sarah asks, "What is it?" Emma's voice shakes as she responds, "I had a bear exactly like this when I was 5. My parents threw it away after I started having nightmares about it moving around my room at night." Tommy nods frantically as he adds, "Me too. I used to dream that Podge would ask me to play games that hurt other kids." Several other seniors exchange worried glances as similar childhood memories surface. And Jake whispers, "We all had this bear when we were little. How is that possible?" Sarah realizes with growing horror that every member of their graduating class shared the same traumatic childhood experience with an identical teddy bear, and now that they're all together for their farewell camping trip, something from their past has returned to finish what had started years ago. "It's been waiting for us to come back," Tommy says quietly, and Emma nods as she responds, "Waiting for us to grow up so it could play its real games." The teddy bear sits motionless on the counter, but its button eyes seem brighter now, and its stitched smile appears to be growing wider as the teenagers realize they're trapped in the woods with something that has been planning this reunion for over a decade. "Hello, children," comes a voice like grinding glass from the motionless toy, and Sarah backs toward the door as Podge continues, "Did you miss me? Because I've missed all of you so very, very much." That night, The screaming starts again around midnight as Podge begins hunting the remaining seniors with methodical precision. Sarah races toward the sound and finds the main cabin in chaos. Her classmates huddled together while the teddy bear sits in the center of the room, no longer the innocent yellow color it had been hours before. The bear's fur is now matted with dark stains, its red shirt torn and bloody, and its button eyes glow with a malevolent light that makes Sarah's skin crawl. "Hello, Sarah," the bear says in that grinding glass voice, and she backs toward the door as she responds, "You're not real. This has to be some kind of nightmare." Podge tilts its head as it explains, "Oh, I'm real enough to finish the games we started when you were all 5 years old. Games that require adult-sized players now." The teddy bear begins moving with fluid grace that's impossible for its stuffed construction, walking upright like a person while its arms reach toward the terrified teenagers. "Who remembers the rules?" Podge asks cheerfully, and Jake stammers, "What rules?" The bear's stitched smile widens as it responds, "The same rules from your childhood nightmares. Hide and seek, but when I find you, you don't get to hide again." Emma grabs Tommy's hand and runs for the exit, but Podge's voice follows them into the darkness. "You can't leave the camp," he calls sweetly, and Sarah hears the sound of fabric tearing as the creature begins changing into something larger and more terrible than any teddy bear should be able to become. "I've been planning this reunion for 13 years. Every detail, every moment, every delicious scream." The surviving seniors scatter into the forest, but Podge hunts them with supernatural knowledge of their childhood fears and hiding spots. Little Emma always hid under beds. His voice echoes through the trees, and moments later Emma's scream cuts through the night air as she discovers that forest floors offer no protection from creatures that remember everything. Tommy used to cry for his mommy, Podge calls out mockingly, and Tommy's panicked sobs grow closer as something pursues him through the underbrush with increasing speed and violence. But Mommy can't help you anymore. No one can help you finish growing up when the games are designed to keep you children forever. Jake tries to reach the main road, but finds the forest path blocked by trees that weren't there during daylight hours. The camp boundaries have been adjusted. Podge explains from somewhere in the darkness around him, and Jake turns frantically as he asks, "What do you want from us?" The bear's laughter sounds like breaking glass as it responds, "I want to complete my collection. 13 years of waiting for my favorite toys to return so I could play with them properly." Sarah finds herself alone in a clearing where moonlight reveals the true scope of Podge's plan. Scattered around the forest floor are the remnants of other teddy bears. Dozens of them, all yellow, all wearing red shirts, all bearing the name Podge in faded letters. Each one is positioned next to small piles of belongings that suggest other camping groups, other graduating classes, other reunions that ended in systematic slaughter. "You're not the first group to return." Podge's voice comes from directly behind her, and Sarah spins around to find the bear standing upright, now grown to the size of an adult human but maintaining its stuffed animal appearance. Every few years, another class remembers their childhood friend. And every few years, I get to play my favorite games with bigger, stronger playmates. The creature's button eyes reflect Sarah's terror as it continues. "The beautiful thing about childhood trauma is that it calls people back. You couldn't resist coming to this place, could you? Something inside you needed to face the thing that scared you when you were little." Sarah realizes that their camping trip wasn't coincidence or nostalgia, it was compulsion. Podge had been calling to them psychologically for months, manipulating their memories and emotions until they felt driven to return to the place where their nightmares began. "We planned this trip together," she whispers in horror, and Podge nods as it responds, "But I planted the idea in each of your minds. Made you think it was your choice to come back and face your childhood fears." The bear's stitched smile stretches impossibly wide as it adds, children always return to the toys that define their earliest terrors. Around the clearing, Sarah can see the glowing eyes of other podge bears emerging from the forest. Dozens of them, each one wearing the blood of previous camping groups, each one eager to participate in the final game that has been 13 years in the making. Time to play, the original podge says as its fabric body begins tearing and expanding into something with too many teeth and too many claws. Time to join all my other special friends who thought they could grow up and leave their favorite teddy bear behind. By dawn, Pine Ridge's graduating class of 2024 joins the countless others who learn that some childhood fears never truly go away. They just wait patiently in the forest, growing stronger and hungrier until their favorite children return for one final game of hide-and-seek that lasts forever. Then Podge sang, "Come and play, come and stay, in the forest where we'll never age. Hide and seek until you're weak. Turn another childhood page. Teddy bears don't disappear. We just wait for you to grow. When you're big, we play for keeps. In the woods where no one goes. Sleep now, don't you weep. Childhood friends are here to stay. Close your eyes, no more goodbyes. We have such fun games to play.